But when we came back, we found out by the mutawif we got scolded because we didn't know that we couldn't, we're not supposed to go out. But alhamdulillah, it was a very good journey for us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adam Voo. I went for Hajj in 2014.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Grace Loo.
Alhamdulillah, I reverted in the year of 2006, alhamdulillah. It was basically someone da'wah to me, an ex-colleague. I was a Catholic, so I found out that actually Jesus was not crucified, and the Bible has been changed many times. And the most importantly, I found out that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was the true prophet. From these three findings, I eventually say my shahada, alhamdulillah.
I became Muslim 10 years ago, and actually I met up with one of my clients for the first time, and he is also a revert himself, and which totally shocked me. I thought he's a weirdo because Islam always gave me a very bad impression, and alhamdulillah, he told me about one God, and that is the question I have in my mind all this while. And once I know who is the creator, and immediately I just say my shahada after that.
This was back in 2012 actually. We went for Umrah, and then we came back, and at that time we felt like we wanted to do Hajj. You know, as a revert, when we registered for Hajj, Tabung Haji, it took, our queue is very long. Alhamdulillah, in 2014, we got the call from Tabung Haji. I still remember when we got the call, and we were so happy, and I actually sujud syukur. You know, I was in the office. We felt like really that there was a call from Allah. We felt like we are one of the honored guests of Allah, invited for this big event. Alhamdulillah.
For me, even when I just became Muslim, and I know the 5 pillars of Islam, I wanted to complete it as soon as possible. I think we as a Muslim should fulfill this pillar of Islam.
When we went for Hajj, our visa did not allow us to go out of Tanah Haram. What happened was, we actually took a cab and went to the Battle of Badr. We went there all the way. It was a 2-hour cab journey. When we reached there, we saw, because the Badr was actually closed, but we managed to stand in there's a nameplate of all the shuhada, the 7 shuhada. So it was very emotional, and I remember when we reached there, we were there and we cried so much. We could still feel it now, even though after 5 years. But when we came back, we found out by the mutawif we got scolded because we didn't know that we couldn't, we're not supposed to go out. But alhamdulillah, it was a very good journey for us.
2 years before I went for my Hajj trip, we actually went for Umrah, and that time I was just a new Muslim. I don't have much knowledge in Islam. So when I go to visit all these historical places, I don't feel connected. But before I go for Hajj, at that time I retook my diploma in Aris University, and I have learned about Islamic study and the history. During Hajj, and the Mutabi said we are going to ziarah this Battle of Uhud place. Actually, my heart is saying like, okay, it's just a place to visit, and my heart is saying like, I don't really want to go. Okay, anyway, I still went with the Mutawif and the other Jum'ah. And when we were there, the Mutawif is telling us the story all over again. And I didn't expect that I will be so emotional. I really feel that at the moment during the Battle of Uhud, where I can imagine, visualize all the Muslims standing, being attacked, and where the prophets got injured, I actually cried. I cried so badly. I was wearing my sunglasses at the time, and I was trying to withhold my tear, but it's just all out. I just couldn't stand it. And at that time, I really feel that having knowledge in Islam is very, very important. It's the first time I feel that I'm connected, and I feel the love towards the Prophet Salam. And I'm so blessed that Allah gave me this kind of feeling.
We need to have the right knowledge, seek the knowledge before you go. Equip yourself with the new knowledge Many people that I know of, when they perform Hajj, they did not really look into what the Prophet ﷺ have done. Remember, the Prophet ﷺ has only done one Hajj. You can actually know, you study, and you will know how he did it. For us, alhamdulillah, we actually did almost exactly like how Rasulullah did it. We were reminded by Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, before he performed Hajj as a Khalifa, he make dua on his camel. He said, Ya Allah, make my camel step on the footstep of the camel of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So imagine how Umar loved to follow the footsteps of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we did the same thing. We actually asked, Ya Allah, make us follow the footsteps of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Be consistent in seeking your knowledge, and inshallah you will make the best out of your Hajj.
My tips is you have to prepare yourself emotionally. It's just like when someone is pregnant and everyone is telling them the best thing to have a kid, but they never tell them that when you have kids, you will have lack of sleep, you will have postpartum depression, things like that. So everyone is telling me the excitement and the goodness and the ibadah that you're going to do during Hajj, but I was so emotional during my Hajj. We just need to overcome this emotional so that we can focus to a better ibadah.
After I performed Hajj, one thing I learned from Hajj is from the khutbah of the Prophet ﷺ, his last khutbah, his last sermon. He mentioned one thing. I just want to mention about this one thing that really struck my heart. He asked the Sahaba on that day, he told them, convey the message to those who are absent. So what I have learned after Hajj is we need to da'wah. Coming back from Hajj, I actually active in a lot of da'wah activities. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah." Convey one message from me, walau, even though it's only one ayah. So we should take this. Same as the lessons we have learned when we visited the Sahaba and the Prophet ﷺ, they have sacrificed so much for this religion. So what have we done for this religion? So at least we need to do is to convey the message. If you have friends who are non-Muslims and you are best friends all this life, you should at least convey the message to them. I always hear a lot of Ustad, they said, imagine if every one of us coming back from Hajj, convey one message, even one ayat to the non-Muslim, subhanallah, the world will be better place.
I attach myself to do more ibadah and I become a better person. Even though it's just a small thing, but I just keep istiqomah in doing it every day. For example, doing the zikr in the morning and zikr in the evening. And actually I realized if we do this zikr, it will take up actually a lot of your time. Where the hadith in Sunan at-Tirmidhi, he said that Prophet said, moisture your tongue with the remembrance of Allah.